Briannis.
All right, Darylus.
I decided to start calling you Brianna instead of Brianna. I'm just going to put that out right now because I was listening to the first episode. I know you said that you don't mind either one, but I kept hearing it in my voice a couple times. I would try and say Brianna, and then I'd quickly change back to Brianna. So I'm going to, I've always called you Brianna. So from now on, it's Brianna. If you guys want to call her Brianna, that's fine. If you want to call her Briannis, I don't know. You can do that.
That's totally fine with me. Yeah, my mom and I were listening to the first episode, and there was this one part where you were like, Brianna, and we both started laughing really hard.
Exactly the part where because I was editing that, right? So I was thinking, do I take this out? No, I'm gonna leave it in. It makes me look funny.
It was a pure moment.
But no, seriously, welcome back, everybody. If you listened to episode 1, thank you very much.
Fuck yeah.
It was.
We got like an overwhelmingly positive response.
Yeah.
About episode 1.
We got 25 downloads on the first day. Honestly.
Dude, that's crazy.
I didn't want to put a number on anything, but I definitely was not thinking that 25 people would download our podcast on the first day.
Not at all.
I was thinking maybe 5. I was thinking like, who would listen to this?
Me too. I was thinking maybe like 5 to 10 was like my number.
We can only count the amount of people that we thought of on our hands. That's about it. You guys keep listening. We'll keep putting out episodes because this is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. I look forward to this like literally every week. I know we just started last week, but I'm like, when are we going to do it?
I know. And also we're recording this on short notice because we can't record on our normal day. So I was thinking, oh man, I'm going to have to live some life before the next episode because the first episode.
To live some life.
To live some life because God knows I don't do it. I haven't done it this year at all.
Dude, this year has just been a write-off.
Yeah. But it's okay. Like I said, good things have been happening at the end of this year. So
fuck yeah. It's going to turn around.
Hopefully. Watch Yellowstone erupt next week.
Oh, God.
We get one last episode out before the whole entire United States is covered in dust.
Dude, 2012 is coming back to 2020.
Oh, man. Remember when 2012 was going to be the...
Dude, I remember all that fucking drama around it. Everyone was freaking out. And then they made that movie just to like make everyone else just fucking panic.
What other years were there when it was supposed to be the end of the world kind of deal?
I know, Y2K were, was it like the power grids were going to shut down and everything?
Uh-huh.
And then just a whole entire just takeover of things. I don't know. I sound so uncultured right now.
Honestly, me too. Like I really only remember 2012 and then like this year with Rona. That's it.
Y2K is the shorthand term for the year 2000. Y2K was commonly used to refer to a widespread computer programming shortage that was expected to cause extensive havoc as the year changed from 1999 to 2000 at the turn of the millennium. So I was
Thank you for educating me.
Of course, anytime you want to get educated, come see Darryl.
I appreciate you. Yes.
No matter what time of day, time of year. I mean, we're predicting Yellowstone is going to erupt next week, so get those questions in.
Please, just
get that education in. Did we finish introducing ourselves? I don't know, but if we're going to do it again. Hey, everybody, I'm Darryl.
Hi, I'm Brianna.
And welcome to episode 2 of the Daydream Arcade. We made it to episode 2. Every single time that we're going to be like, man, made it to episode 3. Man, made it to episode 4. Man, made it to episode 5. My last podcast that I did a long time ago, I think it was the last time I recorded one was maybe a year and a half ago. Mm-hmm. I only got to episode 6. So once we get to episode 7, we can fucking end the podcast.
That's it, guys. We're going on for 7 episodes. Get it while you can.
Yeah, you know what? You got to go out on top. Kind of like how shows like Breaking Bad went out on top and they didn't draw it out like other shows like Supernatural.
Oh man, I tried really hard to get into Supernatural because I had so many friends who were obsessed with it, and like as a concept the show is good. Absolutely. But I feel like you can only go so far with it, you know?
Yeah, and you can only kill so many characters and bring them back multiple different times before it gets to the point where you're like, if they die, the fan base is like, oh, they're coming back.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot, especially in that show, that they kill off a lot of the main characters and then just bring them back like the next episode.
And then they also will introduce characters that stay in a couple episodes, maybe scatter them out through a couple seasons, but then they kill them off and never bring them back because they don't care.
Oh my God.
Man, we could do a whole episode about Supernatural. I don't want to do that today.
We can do a whole episode about shows. Like, I can talk about Sons of Anarchy for fucking ages.
I really want to watch Sons of Anarchy.
Dude, oh my God. So I told my dad to start watching it because I think that he would like it. Like, it seems like his cup of tea because it's like a motorcycle gang and like violence and like just a whole bunch of tea at all times, dude. And he started, I think, last weekend, and this dude is on season 4. I'm like,
really?
Yeah.
How many episodes in a season?
Like 13.
And how long are they?
Like 45 minutes, an hour.
Jesus Christ. When did you say he started?
Like last weekend. He's going
last
hard.
Weekend?
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, I mean, then he's got at least over 7 days to get to where he's at now. So
yeah.
But still, holy shit, that's commitment.
Dude, he's loving it, and I'm really glad.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. Maybe we could get together and watch it sometime.
Dude, yes.
Because I've been talking about, like, we could do, like, we're not, so I don't want to jinx it yet, guys, but we have been talking about doing other content besides a podcast with the Daydream Arcade brand.
Yes.
Whether it's YouTube videos, and it's kind of hard because we do not live in the same state. We do not live within walking distance or driving distance. I mean, technically, we do. It is a driving distance.
We could. It just takes a hot minute.
Yeah, just a really hot, spicy minute to get to one another. There are workarounds that, ladies and gentlemen, by the power of editing.
Oh, you know what would be cool is if one day, if one of us decides to like visit the other, we can like do videos or like do a podcast like right next to each other.
Yes. Or do a video podcast.
Oh yeah, video podcast.
Yeah. I'll get 2 chairs, set up a black curtain in like my dining room, or make a set or something like that. And
dude, that'd be so fucking awesome.
Do a video podcast.
I am all about that.
Let's do it. Also, I was thinking about the possibility of doing commentary tracks for movies and TV shows.
I completely agree. And we can also do albums.
Yeah, and do albums, do album listen-alongs,
and give our feedback. Listen-alongs.
Hey, everybody, come on down. We're going to listen along.
Come on, Cletus. Let's listen along.
Cletus, put your penis back in your pants. We got to go to the sing along. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
We're off to a great start.
We're off to a wonderful start. And I think that we should definitely segue into a really hot topic.
I agree. What's that hot topic? Darryl-less.
You know, I said I was going to say Brianna's as well. But now that you say Darryl-less, if you say it in that voice, I kind of have to say Brianna's. Because like, yeah. you got to get that in there.
Darryl-less kind of sounds like someone from Game of Thrones.
Darryl-less.
You could totally be a character on there.
King Darryl-less of Vanguard.
Yes, I've never seen Game of Thrones.
I haven't either.
Okay, fantastic.
I've seen up to the first, like the end of the first season, or like the episode before the end of the season.
I think I saw like the first like 10 minutes of the first episode, and I was like, no.
I know that it ended terribly, and I remember seeing a meme on Facebook. It was like fans of the show, and it showed like Tobey Maguire sobbing from Spider-Man, and then underneath it was a photo of Daenerys. She's like has like this smile, and she's kind of tilting her head, and the caption underneath it says, "I'm sorry, your dragon show sucked."
Damn.
And I mean, it's hard to end a TV show.
Yeah. I know Kat has been telling me to watch Game of Thrones, and I'm like thinking of giving it another try, but I feel like it's just, I don't know.
Maybe that'll be our first commentary track. Every episode of Game of Thrones.
And we're just kind of like,
that's a commitment. That's a commitment. We'll come out and be like, guys, sorry, we recorded a whole bunch. We watched the whole entire thing in a weekend sitting, and let me tell you, we lost all the footage, and we don't feel like getting it back. So
our bad.
Is it possible to watch every episode of Game of Thrones in a week? I don't think it is. There's too much.
I don't even know how
that's too
many
much.
There are in a season. I know they're like 45 minutes to an hour long.
I don't think that could work.
Yeah. I feel like that'd be a very big commitment.
Absolutely. You know what isn't a big commitment? Watching the first 2 seasons of The Boys on Amazon Prime. If you guys haven't watched that show, go watch it. If you like superheroes, if you like fucked up shit, watch The Boys.
The Boys. I've also been told to watch that too, so I might give it a shot.
I would love if we were to do a commentary track over something, we could do that. I don't know if we would ever upload them to the actual podcast, if that was going to be a podcast episode, but like label it special episode.
Yeah, true.
Where people can just throw that on, and if it would be really awkward if they weren't watching the movie and they were just sitting there listening. Because we would record ourselves in real time watching, and I guarantee you we're going to watch sometimes. We're not just gonna talk the entire time,
and they're gonna be like, "Huh."
I'd like. What if we did a commentary track on a really scary horror movie, like
like The Conjuring or like
The Conjuring,
Insidious.
The Conjuring or Insidious. There's just a long drawn out silence, and it's just like, ah! And I'd like to imagine that somebody is just sitting at work in their cubicle. They're going to take a sip of coffee. They're leaning right over their keyboard, and all of a sudden, they just like drop their coffee all over their keyboard and like, son of a bitch, I fucking hate this podcast.
Oh my god.
Back to, we were going on such a fucking segue there.
Yeah.
We got on one segue, saw a better one, and then we just hopped on it.
We did. We were like, nice.
Or like, you and I are just on the same segue, just going down the street, and then somebody with a better segue comes up, and then we look at each other, give each other that simultaneous nod. You jump over, you hop on his neck with his... Oh, I was imagining that you kind of crawl up onto my shoulders because you're kind of short, and
I know I am.
You climb up onto my shoulders, and then you jump over to him, and you give him a fucking Hurricane Rana off of his Segway, and then we both hop on his Segway, and oh wait, no, better yet, you take his Segway, so we both have Segways.
Dude, it's like
you
GTA.
get the better Segway because ladies first.
Aw, what a guy.
But anyway, hot topic. Back to the hot
topics.
topic. Yes.
I love that store.
I haven't been to a hot topic. We need to stop. We need to stop.
Sorry.
I am putting the kibosh on this right now. We need to stop. We need to stop going on segues. We already both have our own. We gotta stop. They're either gonna accumulate. Someone's gonna call the police.
Just collecting segues.
Oh my god. So, in the last episode, I was listening and I heard a bit where I was talking about Christmas music. Ladies and gentlemen, tune in next week when we discuss Christmas music. After Thanksgiving, before Thanksgiving, or like just the month of December kind of thing. So you guys probably thought I was going to forget. Some of you who've known me for a long time know that I forget things and were probably thinking he's going to forget. Or more realistically, you didn't think that at all. Because why would you think that? This is just some kind of weird thing that my mind just made up. This weird scenario where everybody nitpicks everything that I say. Anyway.
Gotta love anxiety, huh?
Christmas music. It's an argument that has been out there since the beginning of time, since the dawn of man. When is Christmas music appropriate to be played? And personally, I think that Christmas music should be enjoyed during the holiday season, which I believe, to me, in my opinion, is right after Thanksgiving.
I agree. I feel like if you start playing Christmas music too early, it's going to get some people angry.
Yeah, I've seen people start arguments on Twitter, on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen it within my family. I once saw an old woman stab some guy on the train because this isn't funny. I've seen this happen. I saw an old lady stab a man with like her tiny sewing needle.
Oof.
Because she was listening to Jingle Bell Rock in the middle of November, and this guy was
that should be illegal.
This guy just tapped her on the shoulder and was like, "Hey, your music's too loud. Fucking turn it down." And she sticked him with a sewing needle. Just shink, shink.
Where'd she stab him?
Like right in the titty.
Right in the. Oh fuck. That shit hurts, let me tell you.
Yeah, you can't get a new nipple. Once it's gone, it's gone.
No, you get one nipple.
And imagine,
well, technically two.
Yeah, and also imagine the embarrassment of going in and getting a nipple that doesn't match the shade of the other one, and the doctors just.
I would never take my shirt off.
Absolutely not.
This is my special nipple.
People listening to this are just gonna feel like it's gonna segue into something else, and then people are just going, "What the fuck did they just say? What was that?" My parents, specifically my mom, because she loves Christmas. She gets to bake, she gets to do a bunch of things around the house. She loves decorating, she loves cooking for the family. She likes to listen to. She kind of likes to listen to it, kind of midway through November. Very rarely do I hear it like the day after Halloween. Although I know some people that like to listen to Christmas music the week of Christmas. There are some people that like to listen to it the week of Christmas because, it's an exciting time.
It is.
There's just something different about Christmas. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, that's okay. I'm sorry we're leaving you out of this conversation. Is that bad?
Sorry, not sorry.
Is that bad?
Christmas just hits different.
Christmas really does hit different because, especially if you get snow. I feel bad for people that live on the West Coast that don't get snow on Christmas.
And on the East Coast.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Your side of the East Coast doesn't get snow on Christmas.
You bitch.
No, but honestly, I've always wanted to see snow. Like, it makes me sad that it doesn't snow here.
Well, wait in a week when Yellowstone erupts. You'll kind of get snow, but it'll be ash instead of snow.
Oh my God, it's snowing.
It's snowing.
Don't breathe that in. Don't breathe that in.
Like someone goes outside and they're just like, "Oh my God, it's snowing!" And then you just see them just like kind of get stuck to the ground under all the ash, and they just start melting.
Oh dear God!
And they're just like screaming, like, "Ah!"
Jesus Christ! Me too.
I hope someday someone animates that exact sequence.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
All right, so Brianna, I actually have a confession.
What is it?
So, I know we've been talking about Christmas music, but
yeah,
I know that we've agreed. We haven't said it publicly, but behind the scenes, you and I said, this is going to be a very genuine podcast. Nothing's off the table. We should be true to ourselves and also be true to our audience. And
I agree. Transparency.
Exactly. Be transparent with our audience.
It's okay, you can say it.
There are times throughout the year where I will listen to Christmas music and I will blast it in my car, in my apartment, in my ears at work, and I will thoroughly enjoy it and scream on the top of my lungs and sing along with every song.
Oh my fucking God, I'm so glad you said that.
Do you do it too?
I do.
Oh my
God. But I just didn't want to say it.
I didn't want to say it either because
I didn't want to say it.
So many people judge when you listen to Christmas music. Imagine listening to All I Want for Christmas Is You in the park in the middle of the summer.
That's my actual heaven.
People look at you. But you know what? I'm tired of caring.
Let's end this goddamn stigma of Christmas music.
It can be played all year round. If you fucking enjoy it, don't let other people ruin the fun for you, okay?
Exactly.
Join us.
The Christmas Music Alliance.
The Christmas Music Cult. The year is 2020. Time to rise up, yearly Christmas music listeners. We need to show everybody that we are not afraid. We need to make a stand and tell people that they cannot tell us what we can't listen to. We can listen to whatever we want.
Santa is our president.
We need to go find Santa. We need to get in. We need to strap ourselves into the Daydream Arcade rocket. Yes, that's right, guys. We have a rocket in the basement. We haven't said it yet, but it is in the basement of the Daydream Arcade, and we are not afraid to launch it to the North Pole to go find Santa and his workers, and
you're goddamn right.
We will make Christmas music happen.
You're gonna say Christmas music great again.
Should I have said that instead?
Make Christmas music great again.
Yes, absolutely.
That was believable.
You think they bought it?
I think so.
Cool.
All right.
That was a bit, guys. We were just kidding.
Fuck Christmas music.
You know what? Somebody listening to that whole entire section was sitting in their chair, clenching their fists, fuming, like grabbing onto their mouse with dear life, just hand squeezing their keyboard.
They're like highlighted over the X button.
Yeah, like blood coming out of their eyes, just like, stop!
Oh, dear God.
Oh, Jesus. Man. How's your week been?
It's been pretty good.
Cool. Introduce the next segment.
Wait, is the next segment What's Got You High?
Yes.
What's got you high?
What's got you high?
Today is a Saturday. It is a beautiful day outside.
Really?
And no.
Oh. I was about to say it is rainy. It is really cloudy, and so we were supposed to start recording this podcast at 4 p.m.
Yep.
And at around 3:45 my power went out. And I was working on putting together my music selection for this week, and I lost it because the power went out. But we're here to talk about what's got us high, not what's got us low. I mean, we're recording the podcast now. It came back on in like 30 seconds. It was okay.
Hell yeah.
I have a horrible track record of when the power goes out at my apartment that it goes out for hours. So I was dead set on I was starting to text you, actually. I was like, hey, power went out. I don't think that we're going to be able to record. And then it came on.
That is amazing.
So I was like, great, I don't have to send this. What's got me high is... So I don't know if anybody has been following this YouTube channel over the past year, but it is a YouTube channel called Unis Honest, and it was made by Markiplier and Crank Gameplays. The goal of the channel was to basically imply the importance of how we have no idea how much time we truly have and to live our lives to the fullest, because the clock is always ticking. They used to say that a lot. The clock is always ticking. Unis Honest, 1 year, they every single day uploaded a video, and this year has been crazy. I enjoyed every video and saw how much work they put into this project, and it really played a part in inspiring me to do something different for the first time in almost 3 years.
That's awesome.
So yesterday they did like a whole 12-hour live stream to talk about the channel, and I was at work for the majority of it, so I was kind of just listening to audio, but they were going through fan art, and they mentioned something. They read it off, and when I heard it, I immediately opened up my phone, and I had to go actually see what they were reading, if there was a visual, and thankfully there was, because what they were saying really hit me, and I just kind of had all these thoughts going in my head yesterday at work, and this is what the quote said. When the Reaper arrives, he will be late, early, exactly on schedule, and you will try desperately to bargain with him. Do not bargain. Death is a promise, not a deal. In a life of uncertainty, we know this. We begin, we end. We find meaning in the in-between. When the timer reaches 0, will you have done enough? And the big reason why I wanted to grab that quote, screenshot it, write it down, whatever I could do at that moment, was because I felt like I haven't been doing enough for at least the last several months of me promising that I'm going to do more drum streams, I'm going to do more of this, more of that. But all these promises that I make and don't follow through on, it's just wasting time, wasting valuable time. All those minutes, hours, seconds, I'm not getting back. So I need to do something. I need to get up. I need to brush myself off, whatever the hell I need to do, and I need to make shit. I will be quite upfront and transparent. I have been lost for quite some time. I've not really felt inspired to really try something new. There are flashes of it here and there, but nothing has gotten me more psyched to make more stuff and to just wake up every day feeling excited to do one thing, finish it, and move on to the next, finish that, move on to the next, and so on and so forth. No matter how long we do this for, it has been such an amazing project to start working on, and we're only 2 episodes in, but like it's just been incredible. So that's basically what's got me high. I hope that Unasan has inspired a lot of people, specifically people who feel like they want their voice to be heard. They want to put their work out there, but they're too scared to do it because they're afraid of whatever it may be, whether it's failure, people making fun of them, or they just don't think they're good. Mm-hmm. I hope that this project inspired people to create things.
It definitely seems like it, because I personally never watched the channel. I heard about it, I think, through you and like through like Shield or something. And I saw, especially yesterday, I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw so many posts about the channel and like about both of them, and it seemed like so many people really connected with that channel and really enjoyed the fuck out of it, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I hope that this project not only inspired those who feel afraid to create something or to try to dip their toes into something creative. I hope that it also inspires people who have been lost and people who have been struggling to find their way back into, whether it's arts, music, YouTube, streaming, whatever you're passionate about, even if it's building little birdhouses. You know, I hope that people who watched that channel are inspired to go above and beyond and do things that might reach beyond their expectations of what they're aiming for.
That's awesome.
Because that's kind of, in the last couple minutes, hours of that channel, I kind of started thinking about the things that I haven't done because I was too scared to even try. That was a very long explanation of what's got me high.
No, not at all. That was a completely honest and genuine answer.
I'm glad. What's got you high, Brianna?
Well, Darryl, what's got me high is a pretty like close thing to you, as like what you just explained. So as you guys already know, we uploaded the first episode of this podcast this week, and I think the day we uploaded it would be my highest point, just because to get that sense of like reassurance that people are enjoying what we just created just felt so good. Because I totally feel what you were saying about you were scared to try new things. I've always just stuck to streaming because I felt like that was kind of what I'm good at in a way. But I obviously still have my struggles and still have my insecurities and self-doubts about all of that. And I really don't think that will ever go away for anybody, truly.
No. You can learn to work ways around it, but you'll always be insecure about something.
Mm-hmm. And for everybody that listened, to give such positive feedback and be like, oh, hey, I'm going to listen while I'm at work, or, oh, I'm going to listen right now. Like, this was really awesome to listen to, all that. It just felt so good to like have that positive reinforcement that what we're doing is good, you know, because I want this to be like you said, something where people can escape and just hopefully give them a sense, I don't know how to word right now, a sense of safety and belonging that hopefully they can relate to things that we talk about, because we want this to be a relatable podcast. But yeah, it felt really good when everyone gave such positive feedback, because I really wanted to dive into something new, but I never knew what that was. And then, like I said last episode, when you brought this up, I was like, oh shit, this is it. Like, this is
my in.
This is my in. Like, I want to create something new, and with one of my favorite people. Like, you can't get much better than that, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I think I didn't tell you this, but one of the reasons that I had you in mind, and I hope you don't mind me saying this, but we've gone back and forth with each other quite a few times when we've been scared.
Oh yeah.
When we haven't really known what we're doing.
Some of our darkest moments, like, you and I have talked through that, and we've related so hard with each other.
And not even just in terms of, streaming and making stuff, but just life in general.
Yep.
We've been very close friends for what seems like quite some time, but it's actually really not that much time.
Yeah, it's been like a little over a year?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Time is a son of a bitch.
Time doesn't exist.
So time does exist, though. The clock is always ticking.
It is.
Briannis.
But is it truly ticking?
My dearest Briannis, I swear to God.
But that's what's got me high. Just this project, man.
That's good. I was hoping that you would say that. I also have people to thank. First off, if you guys have seen the channel art, which I'm sure you have, you're probably staring at it right now. This was made by Black 9 Star on Fiverr. Have to thank this guy. He was this was my first time using Fiverr. And I know you've used it in the past.
Yeah.
You kind of guided me through it, but this was a very positive first experience.
It really was. He went above and beyond with our ideas.
Absolutely. Yeah. If I ever had a question, he was, I forget where he's from. I'm sorry. But it is in a country far away from here, and our time zones are so different.
Yeah.
But whenever I had a question or had a concern, he was always there, ready to answer whatever question I had or help solve any problem that we had. And we went back and forth with a couple revisions, and he was always super patient, and he always said thank you, please, was very, very polite. And
that's awesome.
I think if we ever need work, I'm probably going to go back to him.
Oh, yeah.
And also, if you guys are looking for any work, please go check him out. Black 9 Star on Fiverr. If you need channel art done, he will do it for you. And he is such a sweet human being.
Yep. And super talented.
Incredibly talented. Like, it was hard. Like, we had a general outline for what we wanted the channel art to look like.
Yeah.
But I wasn't necessarily sure, because you come up with these ideas, right? And you see them in your head, but you don't necessarily know if that can translate what you put into words to the person that you're commissioning to do art.
Yeah.
So like you said, he went above and beyond, gave us something beyond my expectations.
Oh yeah. I had a certain image, like you said, in my mind, but when you sent me the finished product, I was like, holy shit, this is better than what I ever expected.
He put in so many details, like where, if you're watching this on YouTube, there's the front of the Daydream Arcade, like kind of on top of this hill, and in the back you can see the city and all the smoke and the sky and the cover art.
I love
I'm not sure if
sky.
you noticed that shooting star.
Dude, I saw that. I was like, that's so fucking cool.
Such a nice touch. We didn't ask him to do that
at all.
I remember it was coming down to crunch time. It was Thursday night, I think, and we didn't have all the channel art ready, and I was really nervous that we weren't going to have everything set in time. We were waiting on final revisions for the channel's theme song, which I'll get to in a minute. and the channel art, I was thinking, oh man, are we going to be able to get this all done in time? And then within, like, right at the perfect moment, both came in right around the same time. And I was like, Brianna, we got everything. It's set. We're ready to launch on Friday on time. And I felt so happy. I almost
exciting.
Cried.
Yeah, honestly, I felt like just such excitement. Like in my tummy, it was like, hey! Hey!
That's so sweet.
Dude, it was awesome.
And if you guys are listening to the music, the jingle for What's Got You High and the opening and outro of the podcast, they're both the same track, but my good friend Javi did it for me. I've known him since high school. He is an incredibly talented musician, really fun guy. He doesn't have a website, but you can follow him on Twitter at Javier Stec. That's JAVIERSTEC. Javier Stec. His profile picture is Donkey Kong in the fetal position. If you guys like the music that is on our channel, please, I asked him permission, plugging his stuff right now. You guys can commission him to do music. And I personally think that the vibe that we gave him, the ideas that we gave him, also went beyond my expectations.
Yep. He gave us like the perfect little jingle that we asked for, you know?
Mm-hmm. You know, you can plan things out, you can have a well thought out plan, and you can have a bunch of ideas, but it really takes a special team to put them all together. It was a really stressful week for me personally, making sure that everything was coming in on time and all that, but we did it. We did it on time. We promised something. It was there. And by the way, I don't know if anybody even noticed, but we put out the episode days before and only said that it was going to be available on Friday at midnight. Friday the 13th at midnight. And a couple people got to listen to it before because they found it. And they were just like, hey, we found it.
Spotted.
So if you guys got to listen to the podcast before everybody else, guess what? Not only do you get that merit badge that we promised for listening to the whole first episode, you get a big hug.
Oh, the biggest hug.
The biggest hug. Bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in.
Okay. Oh, man, that felt good.
You squeezed a little harder than I thought.
I needed it.
Yeah, you know what? I think everybody needs a hug. After everything that we've gone through this year, everybody needs a hug.
Yeah. One big squeeze.
I'm going to squeeze.
Squeeze.
I thought somebody was following me the other night.
Really?
Yeah, I went over to hang out with Winter. I remember pulling down this street. I went in a totally different direction because I wasn't paying attention to where I was going, and I went down the wrong street. And so I pulled out my GPS to find my way back around, and I ended up going down a place that I normally never go to. And there was this car that was just following me kind of closely. And I remember turning one place, they would turn another place, they would turn. And then I remember getting down on her street. I parked my car. The car kind of like slowly started going up the street, slowly went past me. I was not making eye contact with them. I was just on my phone. And then they pull kind of in front of me, whip back around, and start driving the other way. I get out of the car. Her house is kind of down because I wasn't able to park right in front. And I'm walking down. The car is slowly still going. And then as soon as I open the front walkway, just starts driving away. And I was just like, what the fuck? I was just like, what is
that is terrifying.
Happening?
Was it at night?
Oh yeah, this was at like it was like midnight.
Bro, you're about to get jumped.
I left with one of our friends, and I purposefully waited until they were gonna go. We stayed pretty late. We watched the new season of The Mandalorian.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Kat keeps telling me to watch it too. I watched
It's
the
really
first season
good.
and I really liked it.
It's really good. We could watch the 2 episodes sometime. This season is so good. But we'll get into that when we do our TV show podcast episode.
Cool.
I left with our friend just to make sure that,
Yeah, that's
I didn't
smart.
get jumped, he didn't get jumped.
Yep.
And then I got back to my apartment, and then I remember opening my front door, and I kind of just stood off to the side, and I kind of just like went like, and just like swung the door open, because I'm just like, if there's someone in front of my door that's going to murder me, I'm not going to be in the door frame. But then I realized I was just being a paranoid pisshead. And
no, that's completely valid.
have you ever had anything scary like that happen to you? Anything like someone's following you or?
I've had a few instances where like a car has been very close to me, and especially at night. Oh, there was actually this one time, my best friend and I, we were smoking. We were in my car, and it was pretty late at night. We were just in the neighborhood, like just smoking, and this car like drives by, and like all the windows are tinted, and it's a dark car, and he's pulling up next to my car, and he's driving slowly, and he like stops for a second right next to my car, and then he keeps going, and I was like, oh god, that was weird. And then he circles around, so it's like the neighborhood was like one big circle, so there was one road in the beginning, and then there's like apartments, and then there's another road in the middle, and then apartments, and then the last road, and it's just all one circle, and like you can cut in through the middle and shit. So he turns into the middle, circles around, comes back, and drives again slowly past my car. Mm-hmm. And me and Clarissa are looking at the car like, what the fuck's happening right now? Like, so I think that was the last time he did it. He just like drove slowly by, and then he just drove away.
He just wanted to smoke.
Maybe, man. I don't know what he was doing, but it was weird.
Yeah, that's not how you're gonna get into a potential smoke sesh with somebody, especially strangers.
Just stalking them? Like, please don't do that.
Nope. Nope. So there was actually a segment that I was going to do as sort of a episode 1.5, like a little bonus episode, but I figured we could squeeze it in here.
Oh yeah.
I asked on Twitter a couple, like I think it was last week, I asked question, what was one of the most awkward moments you've ever had in public? So I figured since we're talking about public stalkings, we could go into something even
public embarrassment.
So I had Drew you comments. He said, I accidentally farted really loud in a dead silent GameStop and then tried to play it off pretty terribly. And I asked, oh no, how did you try to play it off? And he said, I pretended my shoe made the sound.
Oh no.
Which is kind of valid, because I've put on a pair of shoes before, and like my soles have had air in them, and they step on it. It kind of sounds like it farts, but I don't know. That's kind of a
those are always like, help.
Yeah,
I didn't do that. That was my shoe, not my ass.
Yeah. I kind of had an incident with that when I was in school. I was younger.
I have a story.
And I remember I was sitting in class, and I had this one chair where the bottom of the chair was not screwed in properly. So if you sat up and you held the back of the chair, you would lift it up and the panel would go with you. And I remember I sat back down, and it made this farting noise.
Oh no.
Right next to this girl, and she looked over and she was like, ew, Darryl farted. And I was like, no, I didn't. It was the chair. And she was like, right. And then I was just like, oh, I didn't fart.
Man, so I have a little flatulence story. So when I was in 5th grade, we were all sitting. We were just like doing our shit, doing our work. Everyone was talking. It was like loud. And I was sitting next to one of my friends and a boy that I liked. And I was like, oh boy. So we're all sitting there. We're just talking. And I had to sneeze. So I sneeze.
Oh no.
Have you ever sneeze farted?
Yep.
Okay. So I snarted.
As soon as you said I sneezed, I knew what was coming next.
So I sneezed, and this fucking thunderous fucking fart just erupts out of my ass.
Like the ones with like the extra bass.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So, and because I was sneezing, it put so much force into it.
Yeah.
So
that you're lucky if like nothing else comes out of your asshole.
So that happens, and the class gets silent. Everyone just stops talking, and I'm sitting there like, okay, so I just need to collect myself. So then everyone just starts laughing, and I'm like, oh fuck me, like I like look over at my friend, and she's laughing hysterically. The dude that I liked, he was just kind of like, wow. And I was like, wow. So I just immediately put my head down and start crying.
Oh.
And my teacher comes over and she's like, hey, it's okay. And she's trying not to laugh. And she's like, it's fine.
I see her like coming over and she's like, hey, it's okay.
Yeah, no, literally while she was sitting at her desk, I saw her cover her mouth. And I was like, no.
Oh my God.
But yeah, she comes over. She's like, it happens. Like, don't worry. It's fine. And yeah, that happened.
Jesus Christ, that's amazing. Because when you're that young, you know, if something that embarrassing happens to you, you know, as you're older, you can just play it off like it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But when you're a kid, like.
But when you're like 10. That's like the worst moment of your life.
Your body at that point doesn't know anything else but just to shut down completely and just cry.
Yeah, that was a time in my life.
Yeah. But now, you know, kids, if this has happened to you, I mean, I hope kids aren't listening to this.
Yeah, no, God.
But
please don't.
Kids, this is a public service announcement from Darryl Scott of the Daydream Arcade. Farting's cool. Everyone does it. Maybe don't do it.
It's not good to hold it
exactly.
in. You feel sick.
Same with burps. You know, don't be afraid to let your inner gas out. Maybe not on a first date.
Fun fact, I can't burp.
You can't burp?
No. It like just doesn't happen. I try and it doesn't.
Now I feel bad for the time at PAX East when I tried to make you burp.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Nope. I remember that one night when we were at karaoke and we just pumped you full of Diet Cokes. And then we went outside and you were like, I think I could feel it. I think I could feel it. And then Kat stood behind you, wound up her hand, and then patted your back kind of like a big baby trying to get the gas out. And then you just sneeze farted instead.
I just snorted. It's my specialty.
And we're like, damn, guess she really can't burp.
Dude, that should be a superpower. Just sneeze farts.
Sneeze farts? Imagine. Like you come in, save the day, and everyone's coming up to you asking for selfies, and then it's your time to fly away, and they're like, will we ever see you again? What would your superhero name be? Snart-Girl?
Yeah, no. Snart-Girl, definitely.
Snart-Girl? And they're like, will we ever see you again, Snart-Girl? Don't worry, children. And you'll say it in this exact voice. Don't worry, children. I'm always around. And you just go flying up into the air with just like clouds coming out of your ass. And you just like shoot like the speed of light over this fucking skyscrapers.
Oh my God, please.
And it just leaves behind this cloud of just fart dust, and it gets everybody high.
Everyone's like, oh God.
Within the shower.
Stupid.
This bit was so fucking stupid.
It's so good though.
I don't think we've ever. Okay. Ooh.
Oh.
I thought we laughed pretty hard last week at the I'm trying to align my chakras bit. I need to breathe.
Help. I'm sweating.
Oh man. Ah, Jesus Christ.
That was good.
Oh, shit. I just lifted up my shirt and I got a 6-pack.
Hey, look at you. Laughing.
Wait, you checked it. Do you have a 6-pack too?
Oh, yeah, I got multiple.
What? I can't.
Oh my god, I've never heard you wheeze. That was incredible.
No one has ever made me laugh this hard.
Hell.
Oh, what do we title this episode? The Wheeze.
Oh my god. The wheeze. Jesus.
Never fear, children.
Snart-Girl is here.
I want someone to animate that so bad. Sometime in the future, someone will animate this whole entire episode.
Oh, that would be awesome.
People of the future, once we're famous podcasters, animators, animate this entire episode. It shall be done.
Please.
This is the way. I brought this up to you a couple weeks ago. I stumbled upon this cover of Miley Cyrus doing Zombie.
Yeah, that cover is iconic, bitch.
It is so good. And now that her voice has kind of changed,
yeah, it's perfect for rock. I'm so excited for her rock album.
yes, I honestly didn't even know that she was releasing a rock album until you told me that day.
Yeah. I think it's called Midnight Sun or some shit.
Yes, and I saw the live version of it, which led me down a rabbit hole of Miley Cyrus rock covers. If you go on YouTube, there's a whole playlist of times when she covered rock songs.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I read off some of these songs?
Not, bro. Hello.
Okay, there's Heart of Glass.
What's out loud? It was a good song.
Heart of Glass by Blondie. Rebel Yell by Billy Idol. Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. Black Dog by Led Zeppelin.
Damn.
Another Pink Floyd cover, Comfortably Numb. Nothing Else Matters by Metallica.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, what?
Yep. There's two different live versions in the playlist. Landslide by Fleetwood Mac. Love that fucking song.
Oh my fucking god, I love Fleetwood Mac.
Smells Like Teen Spirit. I did not hear that one yet. She's done some Joan Jett stuff because she's really tight with Joan Jett. She did I Love Rock and Roll, Cherry Bomb, and Bad Reputation. So that's three fucking amazing hits right in a row. There we go.
Nice.
Just a little delayed. But yeah, I've been listening to those a lot. And you know what's really funny? I have two younger sisters, and when I was growing up, when I was a teenager and they were still pretty young, I mean, a teenager's still young, but they were younger when they were young. They were younger than me, and they were really into Hannah Montana, and I was not about it.
I loved Hannah Montana. I'm not even gonna lie.
It grew on me. Some of those episodes actually had pretty funny moments.
Yes, they did.
But I saw the evolution of Miley Cyrus's career through her music, and now that she's kind of going more towards a rock kind of feel.
Yes, I am all about this era.
Absolutely. Like, and I've been going back and listening to some of her older stuff, and then kind of going forward into now.
Fan.
No, not really.
Like when she did like that rap album, like that trap-ish album, I was like, girly, please. Like, no. Like, I know she was going through a phase where she was like busting out of the whole Disney thing. Like, she wanted to be a mature adult. Like, she smokes weed. Oh, she has sex. Like, whatever. Like, you are totally all okay to own that. And like, I feel like she was just trying really hard to prove that she's an adult now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why she did an album like that, which is understandable. You got to find your sound. Like, you got to do some like trial and error.
Right.
But I really feel like this album coming up is truly going to be like her sound.
Yes.
But yeah, she's really, really good with rock. I dig it. Dig it very much.
So what have you been listening to? I know that we only have a very limited amount of time, so I think we should do like one artist this week.
Yeah, no, I only have one artist anyway. So I found this band on TikTok, actually. I was just scrolling through my For You page, and this comes up. They're called Conquer Divide. So they're an all-women, like, heavy metal group.
Ooh.
Yes. And they did a cover of Bad Guy by Billie Eilish.
Oh, I actually...
And dude.
I'm listening to it right now.
Nice. It's so good. Like, I did not think, like, that song could have a rock influence or, like, a rock, like, cover of it. But my God, they did... I feel like I prefer this version than the original.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this
and that's
one
saying
part
something because
where,
I really like Billie Eilish.
I love Billie Eilish. All of her music I fuck hard with. But yeah, I still need to listen to more of their original music.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been listening to that cover of Bad Guy just nonstop.
This is really good. I really like this. We need to make that. We need to make that playlist for our listeners.
Yes. There's the breakdown of Bad Guy. Fucking sane, because they do a screaming part for that part, and wow, it's just so good. Like the instrumentals along with the screaming just makes it.
Damn. Okay. That instrumental breakdown after she says I'm the bad guy.
Yep.
So fucking heavy.
Dude, it's so good. I'm obsessed.
This is great. I'm gonna listen to this later. Well, guys, I think that's going to do it for us this week. Thank you so much for listening. This has been episode 2 of the podcast. Wait, hang on. 1 second. Something's happening outside. Hang on. Wait. I'm looking on Twitter right now.
Wait, is that Ash?
That is Ash. Oh my God, I'm going to Twitter. Hang on 1 second.
Oh my God.
#1 trending worldwide. Yellowstone eruption.
Oh my God.